What the hell are those two guys do? Oh, I see. Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch Serpico, directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Al Pacino, one of my favorite actors. So I'm quite excited for this one. For those who are new to this channel, right now I am reacting to different movies from three directors: Billy Wilder, Sidney Lumet, and Fritz Lang. So if you'd like to see my reactions to these movies, which we'll be having more of that in the coming weeks, then remember to subscribe and turn on your post notifications. So right now we are on Sidney Lumet, and later on we'll rotate to Fritz Lang. But for now, let's watch Serpico. Ooh, wait, did he get shot in the...
Guess who got shot? SERPICO.
Oh, Serpico is his name.
I know 6 cops said they'd like to.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a hole in his cheek. Like, where did the bullet go? And why do cops want to shoot him? I think it's a miracle he's still alive.
To be a police officer means to believe in the law and to enforce it impartially, respecting the equality of all men.
On the first day of everything, you always feel a bit nervous and excited.
Squad 2, red sector. Squad 3, green sector. And we want summonses.
This is Frank Serpico, Charlie.
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Charlie.
How about some cream chicken?
No, I think I'll have, how about a roast beef on roll? So fatty.
Don't be so fussy. It's free. Charlie's an okay guy. We give him a break on double parking on deliveries.
Couldn't I pay for it? Get what I want?
Generally, you just sort of take what Charlie gives you.
What do you mean? If he's gonna pay for it, it's fine.
1034, possible rape in progress. Hey, Becca, aren't we gonna take that?
Oh, relax, Frank. It's not our sector.
The person could need help.
Hey! Police officer!
Oh, they got there just in time, but...
I'll cut her, goddammit!
Well, at least she's safe. You see, they were right to take the call.
They said if I didn't do it, they'd kill me.
Hey, if Serpico hadn't taken that call, she might have been found raped and dead the next morning.
Who are your playmates? Hey, Frank, you want a piece of this?
No, I wanna fill out the arrest card.
That's quite an interrogation.
How come you didn't stay for the fun? That's not my kind of fun. I wanna take you across the street, get you a cup of coffee. Maybe you just went along for the ride. Maybe even got your cock out. They left you holding the bag. You don't owe them nothing. You talk to me. Save yourself.
I see he's playing the good cop.
You're not gonna send someone over. Look, I get one, I'm gonna lose the other.
That's Muscle's case. He's off for a couple of days.
They're here now! It'll keep. No, it won't.
What, they can't butt in on someone else's case?
Police officer, hold it!
Well, he really got them both. And he did it alone.
We'll take it from here, kid. You don't have to hang around.
What are you talking about, huh? That's my collar.
We take the coin.
You caught him?
I did the work. I broke my ass on this. It's my collar.
Yeah.
You left the street, entered the schoolyard without permission.
You'd be lucky to end up with a reprimand.
Well, give me an assist on the arrest, kid.
An assist.
Announcing a course in fingerprint identification, generally considered to be a path to a detective's gold shield. Signed, Captain McGuire.
Hot enough for you?
Not the heat. Humidity.
It's not the heat that makes you sweat. It's the humidity.
You know how long you're taking on that one? I'm not gonna give a guy a no record when he might have a record.
BCI never had a weirdo cop before.
A weirdo cop. So a cop who does his job properly is a weirdo cop.
I sorda pa casa, quello che mi manasta tu da Corea. Tutto quello che ho potuto risparmiare.
Mamma.
Ho tenuto in da banca per te, per ti far ricordare a mamma tua.
I don't get it. Did his mom transfer him some money?
Hey, wanna buy a puppy?
This little guy is gonna grow up really big.
Those leaps that guy made. What do you call them again?
Jetés!
Jeté.
What are you reading now, Serpico?
My Life by Isadora Duncan. She was a ballet dancer. I've been to the ballet. It's terrific. I've been taking classes, you know.
Oh, yeah?
He's actually reading up on ballet.
What do you got there?
She just pulled down his shade.
Hold it, Serpico. What were you two doing? Were you going down on him?
What the heck kind of an accusation is that?
Last week, I found a pair of shorts with semen on.
Whose shorts?
You actually accusing me of it?
All because he said ballet?
Lieutenant Steiger won't make a report, but it could affect your future in the BCI.
Frankly, I don't see any future in it.
And you want to transfer?
Yes, sir. Officer Serpico, reports.
That fucking thing on your lip, it goes. And get a haircut.
Do I have the right of appeal, sir?
Go see Captain Token. You got one foot in shit already. Put the other one in.
That is one hell of a mustache. I wish I had the guts.
An undercover cop walks around in disguise. Everybody knows who he is.
You made your point.
I'd like you to patrol in your own car, wear whatever you want.
I like that, sir.
Oh.
Frank! I'm an officer! I'm a police officer! Jesus, Frank, how was I supposed to recognize you?
You stupid fuck.
You fire without a warning, without a fucking brain in your head?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was wondering who fired the shots.
I'm gonna have to go through all that ballistics bullshit.
God, you should.
It's gonna look like hell if I don't have anything to show for it. Give us the collar.
Nah, you shouldn't have fired out of nowhere.
You tell Token I gave it to you. Where are you supposed to go from here? 9-3 precinct, plain clothes. Put your gun away.
I am scheduled to go on special assignment with the Mayor's Department of Investigations, Detective Squad.
That's a gold shield. No 4 years in plain clothes?
4 years.
I make it my business to know people.
Unfair.
Connections.
Life is unfair.
You know that guy in Texas I was telling you about? I'm gonna marry him in 2 months. Unless you marry me.
Okay, luckily she said the second half of the sentence. But why is she forcing the issue?
A girl has to get married sometime.
How old are you?
I thought you were committed.
I am, but...
But
Well, am I invited to the wedding?
Frank isn't ready to commit.
Been holding this for you. It's from Joyce Max.
Money from Jewish Max?
This is great, Frank. I can open a whole can of peas with this.
It's scary. I want to protect myself.
Okay. We take it to Inspector Kellogg. He's the most honest cop I know.
Things like this were common practice in the bad old days. You have two alternatives. You can force me to take you to the Commissioner of Investigations. Word will get out. Before it's all over, we'll find you place down in the East River.
What's the other alternative?
Forget it.
Hey, Sarge?
Yeah?
Got a minute? Colored cop gave me this. I don't know what to do with it.
I'll send it on to the Benevolent Association.
He might have just kept the money for himself, but it shows that the Serpico has his morals and his principles.
All I can tell you, Sis, I gave it back. I gotta get out of the 9-3. So do you know anything about the Bronx 7th Division? I mean, I can go there if I want, but if it's the same shit, screw it.
I have a friend up there, Roy Palmer. He's an administrative officer. I'll speak with him.
Haha, recording device.
He assures me the 7th Division is as clean as a houndstooth.
That's good news, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We heard you were coming up here.
Hey, listen, say hello to Nate Smith. Frank SERPICO. Hey, babe, you're gonna love it up here. It's beautiful. You dumb fuck. We told you this location's hot. We told you to stay the fuck out of here.
All right, make it 200, Keel.
Hey, what are you getting cheap in your old age, Bambino? 3. Want to write this up?
No, I'm gonna check in.
Take the collar, Frank. Get on the sheet.
I better check in.
Here you go, Frank.
Oh, it's your collar. Keep it.
So he's taking money from them.
We got a call about you from downtown. They just said you couldn't be trusted, you know.
Because I don't take money, right?
Let's face it, who can trust a cop who don't take money?
Depends on who wants to trust the cop.
I mean, you'd never hurt another cop, would you, Frank?
Depend on what he did, you know.
That's the wrong answer, Frank.
How is that the wrong answer?
We're not doing anything bad here. We're skimming a little gambling money. Hurts nobody. You know how much the nut's running now, Frankie? $800 a month. Frankie, it's like severance pay.
Not the pay he wants. For Serpico, it's not about the money. He doesn't want that kind of money.
It's incredible, but I feel like a criminal because I don't take money.
Peer pressure. Wrong peers. And yet, somebody said the department was as clean as a hound's tooth, right?
No, I mean, all this shit I've been telling you. Do you believe it? Does it shock you?
Not much. Did you ever hear the story of the wise king? Right in the middle of the kingdom, there was a well. This witch came along, and she poisoned the well. And the next day, everybody drank from it except the king. And they all went crazy. Gotta get rid of the king, because the king is mad. And then that night, he went down and he drank from the well. All the people rejoiced because their king had regained his reason.
It's like saying the majority is right.
This guy I'm looking for, Vernon, he's a numbers collector who ain't been meeting his obligations. I collect for the division. Me and 2 other bagmen. 3 of us pick up the payoff twice a month.
Yeah, the people pay the cops and the cops don't arrest them. The door came right off. Oh.
I'll have it for you tonight. I swear. The last time, Vernon. The last time. You fuck me and you're going, you hear? You hear?
Damn, who's the mobster here?
So what do you think, Frank?
If I was broke, if I had a family, I don't know.
I bet the other guys don't know that. I'll hold your share for you, huh? If you change your mind, you'll be right in here.
Corruption, corruption. Oh, is he gonna tell?
I notified Commissioner Delaney about everything you told me. He wants you to stay right where you are and continue to collect information. Well, he said he'd reach out for you when the time comes.
My situation's pretty fucking sticky up there.
When a man like the commissioner says he'll get in touch with you, he'll get in touch with you.
I suppose that's why he got shot. Because he snitched.
You know, Frank, sometimes I ask myself, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
If this ever came out, Christ, my family. I once tried to pull out. Christ, they were all over me.
He's in too deep. You can't pull out. You try to pull out and you're dead. That's crazy, you know?
Let me give you yours now.
I'm not armed. I don't take money, that's the truth.
What were you doing with Rubella?
Ask Rebello.
You see, it's been weeks, not a word.
I understand perfectly, Frank.
Now they know I'm not on.
I've done all I can do.
Nothing's gonna happen from the inside. The top guys have been cops too long.
Would you be willing to go outside the department?
Where do we go?
Would you believe the mayor's office?
Oh, that is dynamite. That is incredible. That is $250,000 a year, but that is just one precinct. You have my respect and my sympathy for what you've been going through, man. Wow.
That guy's gonna go to the mayor.
I couldn't be any more embarrassed. A long, hot summer ahead. Riots are expected. And the mayor cannot alienate the police force.
I see. The mayor doesn't want to get the police force on his bad side because he needs their services. Tough.
All right. Fucking system's corrupt.
Yep. Pretty much.
Dynamite. Beautiful. Dynamite. The mystery man with the connections. The hotline to the mayor.
Who told you the department of the whole world was some kind of a fucking Boy Scout camp?
Everyone's in it for themselves, the money.
White knight rides in on a horse. The
So
whole
you just
dirty
keep
world
talking.
turns
Keep
virgin
talking,
white.
Bobby,
Well,
because
Pope's
that's what you
choir
can do.
sings Ave Maria. Is that it? We could even talk to a guy I know in the New York Times.
Go to the Times.
The media.
Every time I talk to you, 20 more people know about it.
Safe.
It's safe! With my ass on the line, it's safe!
You don't trust me, Frank?
I don't trust you!
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you!
I mean, Bob does seem like he's trying to help. Is that a white or kind of pinkish, the feathers? He has a white bird, he has a white mouse, he has a half white Alfie, and now he's wearing a white shirt. It's like trying to symbolize his purity, him not wanting to get involved in all this dirty stuff.
Frank, what the hell was happening between you and Donald Bella?
Simple. I didn't take any money. I don't take money. Why should I start now?
Everybody feel a lot better about you, Frank.
You can always give it to charity, Frank.
We split Frank's share from now on. You're a schmuck, Frank.
Frank refuses to drink from the poisoned well.
To straight police work, we'd have the city cleaned up in a week. They'd clean up, there'd be no crime. So fucking corrupt. Everybody, everyone, nobody giving a shit. You know, they'd kill me if they knew. Do you know that?
Either you're exploding or you lie around like a catatonic. I can't stand to see you like this. Scared, miserable, dreading to go to work and tearing me apart.
God damn it! I hate it!
Why don't you get out?
Why don't you?
Can he quit? Well, I guess they won't let him quit, right?
You're under arrest.
Hell, I thought you were some fucking junkie.
What have you done? What's that? Put that away, you have more trouble. Give me the keys to your car. Get over here and empty your pockets.
I don't do that.
Fuck!
Frank, cool it, huh? Rudy's on, he's good people.
Stay the fuck out of this!
Ooh. Oh, okay. That's like, whoa, okay. Yup, he's taking it all out on him.
It's about your pal, Casal. Wait! He's a fucking cop killer. I'm finished.
What's wrong?
I can't take it anymore. I gotta get out.
The commissioner didn't get in touch with
He
you.
didn't get in touch with me. Not a
Right,
word.
I did.
No investigation, no undercover work, nothing.
No idea.
I've been to outside agency. I'm gonna go to more if I have to.
Frank, we wash our own laundry around here.
The reality is that we do not wash our own laundry. It just gets dirty.
You are in trouble.
Where am I gonna go?
You just wait until you hear from me.
I've been waiting for a year and a half. What are you
Back
talking
to you, Frank.
My life, you fuck!
Yeah, man, it's been wearing him down for years.
Deputy Chief Inspector Daly and Inspector Gilbert are waiting to see you. In all these months, why didn't you come to us?
How could he trust you?
You told Captain McLean that the division was as clean as a hound's tooth. You think you're the only honest cop on the force, Serpico? Commissioner Delaney has known about this from the beginning.
No, I didn't hear a thing. I understand your frustration. Sort of like trying to punch your way out of a paper bag, right?
Plastic bag.
What outside agencies have you been to, Frank?
They can't be trusted. No one can be trusted.
I don't see how the division can investigate itself.
But you would cooperate with an impartial investigation, right?
As long as I'm not involved. Was it necessary to let everyone in the station house know I was coming in here to see these guys?
Serpico claims that Inspector McLean talked to you about this whole thing some time ago.
I seem to remember something about that.
Seem to remember? Commissioner's not taking this seriously.
Lieutenant Smith said to me, if I didn't want the money, that he would stash it in his attic.
I'll have him transfer in the morning.
Fuck him. How about transferring me?
Yeah, man, he needs to go somewhere safe.
They're feeling me up every day. How am I gonna wear a wire?
Come on, Frank.
Frank, you know Herman Talbot, district attorney. I want to compliment you for coming forward like this. It's uniquely unique. You should be proud of it.
Yeah, he's tired of that kind of compliments and talk.
You're not going after corruption in the department or division.
I'm
A few
going
flunky cops thrown to the wolves to protect Delaney and those guys who known about this shit for years and won't do a fucking thing about it. That's why I won't testify.
Yeah, I suppose it's possible that the commissioner already knows a long time ago. He just doesn't care. He lets it happen. The whole thing's dirty from top to bottom.
I never read anything so stupid in my life. I'm leaving. If you want to discuss it, I'll be at Felix's.
I figured you wouldn't be able to shout at me.
I can shout anywhere. How could you leave the man you love, future father of your kids?
You never said anything like that to me before. And if I come back, you won't say it again.
I'm not gonna walk away.
It's finished!
You know you're like a quiff who says she won't, that maybe she will, and she won't.
I'm like a quiff who's been fucked over for a year and a half by guys like Kellogg, McLean, Delaney. I'm out there alone. Who gives a fuck about that? Totally isolated in the apartment. I don't have a friend.
I've been putting cops away for 30 years. I have this nightmare. Watching the St. Patrick's Day parade, and I have a coronary and 9,000 cops march happily over my body. Friends.
We're gonna get the indictments. You're gonna have to testify.
Some people will go to jail, but it won't solve the overall problem of corruption.
Look, Frankie, I like you. I don't want to see anything happen to you. They can just not be there when you need them. Or they can send you in first enough times until finally one day you're gonna walk in the wrong door.
Thanks for the information.
Fuck you, Frank!
Officer Serpico came to the 7th Division more than a year and a half ago. Why didn't Officer Serpico report these criminal activities long before when he first encountered them?
Yeah, I'd like to answer that.
Chairman, District Attorney is not prepared to say any more at this time.
Why didn't you tell him about Delaney and Kellogg? Now, you never led me anywhere near the real problems. The bosses, the brass, how corruption like this could exist without anybody knowing about it.
Look, Frank, there's gonna be a detective's gold shield in this for you.
I don't think he really cares at this point.
I'm a marked man in this department for what?
Already arranged the transfer for you.
To where, China?
Yeah, unless it's China, he's not gonna escape.
Talbot, did you know I've had reports about Serpico being a fag?
A gold shield for Serpico at this time would convince an awful lot of people.
Not while I'm commissioner.
I knew it, even a commissioner.
Hey, Serpico, do you know what they're saying in the Bronx? That you spilled your guts to the grand jury.
I had to cut your tongue out.
Hey, if he testifies against a corrupt cop, it's a corrupt cop.
Inspector Lombardo, I want to shake your hand, Frank. It's going to be nice to have a guy here I can trust. You can't find anybody you want to work with, Frank. I'll work with you.
Dang, so hard to trust anyone. Gotta keep an eye at the back of your head.
It's full building somewhere you can try and get down the fire escape, get in behind me, what do you think?
Hey, look over your shoulder, Serpico. I don't know if I can trust this Inspector Lombardo. Well, that was pointless. They climbed all over like that for pretty much nothing. And they should have just done this in the first place then.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
The police. Who the hell you think we are? No, you're not from the borough. I just paid the borough this morning.
Who did you pay in a borough?
I didn't pay nobody. Now let go of me.
Pad here in Manhattan is bigger, more sophisticated than the one in the Bronx. The pickups are made by retired policemen.
Oh, retired policemen. Dang.
If you need investigative help and you don't trust your own men, why don't you requisition some recruits from the police academy?
Yeah, only the recruits are clean enough.
Good cops out there who would come forward if they thought that there was any encouragement in the department to do so and if they thought it would do any good. But if there's no encouragement, they're not going to do it.
Of course, they're not going to stick their necks out.
Protect Commissioner Delaney against reckless and irresponsible assault from outside agencies.
That's what's really important, huh? What outside agencies I've been to, right? I'm ready to go to the Times. I wanted to get on the record, that's all. In case something should happen to me.
I don't know if the New York Times will go that far out on a limb on the say-so of two flunky cops.
Suppose an inspector would have come with us.
Just bought this place. They signed a 500-year mortgage on it.
Nah.
This is against department regulations. You both know that. If they want to throw the book at me, they can do it. I'll back you up 100%.
He's a real one for that.
Times report smells of the familiar smear tactics of McCarthyism.
McCarthyism.
If you reward Frank, it's a transfer to narcotics, Brooklyn South. You be careful. It's very easy to get hurt, to be set up.
Of course, now they want to get rid of Frank.
Serpico! Sit in.
You might get by in the Bronx with that kind of shit. But down here, $800 a month is chicken feed. 120,000 split 4 ways. That's serious money.
I got the message.
Good.
The amount's just gotten bigger, but there's no difference.
Frank, why don't you go up there and check it out?
Well, why don't you?
I got the wrong clothes. Quiero algo.
Don't stand directly in front of the door. His hand can't get through. Oh! Someone help him kick the damn door. Oh! Wow. What the hell those two guys do? Oh. Oh, I see. They set him up. They let him go first. He should have turned his gun and shot them.
Thank God the bullet was a small caliber. It didn't enter the brain. His condition seems to be stable. Messed up.
He got super lucky. This guardian angel was protecting him.
Stay out of there, didn't they tell you? The word is don't talk to him. He's no fucking good.
He's no good, huh?
Want to read my fan mail? Sure.
Fan mail? I think they are threat letters. Death threats, probably. A slow death. Yep, that's what I thought.
I want you to get those fucking cops away from my door.
Yep, can't trust any one of them.
Might have been in Holyoke, cleared the 3 up for exceptional merit awards.
It's very funny.
That hole there.
Shields come through.
Bro, who cares about a gold shield right now?
What's this for? For being an honest cop? Or for being stupid enough to get shot in the face?
He's always wanted it, but not like this. It's not what he thought it was.
The hearing in your left ear won't come back.
Your left side will feel stiff occasionally.
Once in a great while, you may experience some dizziness, but in general, you'll be okay.
I hope that police officers in the future will not experience the same frustration and anxiety that I was subject to. The problem is that the atmosphere does not yet exist in which an honest police officer can act without fear of ridicule or reprisal from fellow officers. An independent, permanent, investigative body dealing with police corruption like this commission is essential.
Oh, you can't even see the wound anymore. The bullet wound. So they created an independent body just for investigating corrupt officers. Frank Serpico resigned from the police department on June 15, 1972. He was awarded the Medal of Honor for conspicuous bravery in action. Serpico is now living somewhere in Switzerland. A department was created to investigate corrupt police officers and keep them in check. But who keeps this department in check? Like, what's to stop them from eventually perhaps receiving bribes from these corrupt police officers? So the question is, who checks the checker? Who holds the responsibility? Like, where does this line of checking end? Well, I think everyone holds part of the responsibility. Each police officer should ideally prevent corruption. And what I mean by that is you don't do corruption, you don't take bribes, and you report those who do take bribes. But this is like an ideal utopia which is almost impossible to achieve. There will always be people who are selfish, there will always be people who need the money and who will take the money, and it's human nature. In the movie, Frank Serpico mentioned that since he was a little boy, he wanted to be a police officer. He wanted to help people. He wanted to know what's happening. He wants to get that gold shield. But he didn't know that he would face these kinds of obstacles and challenges. He didn't know how corrupt the entire system is, and the gold shield that he's always wanted is not what he thought it was. The craziest thing to me is finding out that this is actually a true story. Francesco Vincent Serpico. He is an American retired New York Police Department detective known for whistleblowing on police corruption in the late 1960s and early 70s. The movie is pretty much true to life. He did report credible evidence of this corruption, but to no effect. After that, he contributed a front page story in the New York Times about this corruption, and it drew national attention to the problem. So in the end, he had to go to the media, make it a huge and big news for everyone to know before people start paying attention, because he can't approach his higher ups because it's dirty from top to bottom. Serpico was shot in the face during an arrest attempt in February 1971. That really happened. The bullet severed an auditory nerve and left bullet fragments lodged in his brain. It's a miracle he even survived. And there's the possibility that Serpico had been led to the apartment by his colleagues to be murdered. That's crazy. You can't even trust the people you're working with. He was awarded a St. Michael Archangel Prize, and he gained Italian citizenship and received an Italian passport. I'm not gonna cover his whole life story here, but the shooting in 1971 where he was shot in the face, the whole description here pretty much describes what happened in the movie. Like, they played it almost exactly the same as the description. After he got shot and fell to the floor, his colleagues refused to make a 1013 dispatch to police headquarters to tell the headquarters that an officer had been shot. It was an elderly man who lived in the next apartment who called the emergency services and reported it. They really left him to die, and it was thanks to this elderly neighbor who saved him. The bullet left him deaf in one ear, and he suffers from chronic pain from the bullet fragments lodged in his brain. The day after the shooting, the police department harassed him with hourly bed checks. It's like the saying, no good deed goes unpunished, and that's really sad. Makes you think what a fricked up system and what a fricked up world is this. Serpico was the first, listen to this, the first police officer in the history of the New York City Police Department to step forward to report and subsequently testify openly about this corruption. The payoffs amounting to millions of dollars. What he said in the movie was right when he said that if only each of these police officers actually put in their energy and effort into actually trying to clean up crime on the streets, then it will be cleaned up. There would be little to no crime. Serpico retired on June 1972, and when he received the Medal of Honor, there was no ceremony. According to Serpico, it was simply handed to him over the desk like a pack of cigarettes. There's no meaning to these awards and medals and all this crap. Al Pacino once asked Serpico why he had stepped forward, and Serpico replied, "Well, Al, I don't know. I guess I would have to say it would be because if I didn't, who would I be when I listen to a piece of music?" Have things changed by now, today? I believe things like that still exist. And I mean, corruption absolutely still exists. There are still drug dealers. They just don't operate as openly anymore. But I'm sure that numbers collectors and drug dealers still bribe police officers to get away with their activities. It's like paying a fee to continue operating. I highly doubt that these kinds of things will ever be fully cleaned up. It will never fully stop. There will always be people who will take the money. It will never end as long as there's selfishness, as long as there's greed. there's a need for money, there will be corruption. I respect and admire Francesco Serpico for holding strongly to his principles, even facing the threat of death and getting shot in the face for it. He truly is a man of principles, indeed. It's just really sad that the only thing that Serpico was rewarded for his efforts is a bullet in his brain. That's the only thing he was really rewarded with. I mean, don't give me all that crap about Medal of Honor, whatever Peace Prize or crap. That doesn't do anything. So depressing to think about it. The story about the wise king and the poisoned well, it really fits the situation, I think. If everybody's mad except you, then you're the one who's mad and everyone is a sane one. It's crazy. I also do agree with the point that if they don't create an environment that actually encourages police officers to report corruption, then they're not going to report this corruption, because why would they stick their necks out and risk their lives and maybe even risk their family's safety, just to report this stuff, and then nothing's done about it and maybe they get killed, they get offed. Like, who would do that except Frank Serpico? Overall, this is a great movie, almost like a biography of Frank Serpico's time with the police force and how he contributed to stopping, or at least trying to stop, the corruption back then. What do you think about Serpico? Not just the movie, but also, the man himself, and about this police corruption, all this no good deed goes unpunished kind of thing. I mean, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.